ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Once again, I'm your host for today's video, Elite, and today we're back again with another episode of How to Master a Tips and Tricks guide dedicated to newcomers of Siege. Now we're going to be starting off with the SAS operators, starting off with Sledge. Pretty much the most basic operator in the game. And this video will be short, hopefully, and it'll only take one attacking round. So basically we're going to go over his weapons and gadgets. His primary weapon of choice is the L85A2, along with the M95A1 shotgun. And his secondaries are the P226 and the renowned SMG11, which has been nerfed to hell. Watch this. Oh my god. Remember he used to have an ACOG? I wasn't there when that happened, but I remember it, you know. I remember how it, you know. But anyways, he has a solid weapon, you know. You know, vertical grip, no angle grip, you know. I would put a ACOG, obviously. Flash item is your weapon, is your attachment of choice, actually. And your SMG11, you know, obviously have an angle, what's I saying? Vertical grip, and what do I have on it? Compensator, I think. Yeah. So yeah, he has grenades and flashbangs for his utilities, and his gadget is the breaching hammer. So, or sledgehammer. We chose house because it was like, obviously Sledge is the most basic operator in Rainbow Six Siege. He has a hammer. What do you do with hammers? Smash things. So, alright, we're gonna get into you know, the do's and don'ts, obviously. You can do just about anything with Sledge except for reinforced walls. You will have no idea how many times I've seen people try to breach a reinforced wall with his hammer, and that's not gonna work. And that's literally his only counter. And floors like this. Carpet, metal, I think. You know, you can obviously breach floors, walls, windows, toys, something like that. Can I actually destroy this? No, I can't. And alright, here's a lot of things people don't know about Sledge. His gadget, it only has 25 hit points, if that makes any sense. So that means you can only use his breaching hammer 25 times. So yeah, there's no special animation. Well, there's no you know, special image for the sledgehammer. It'll just say that sledgehammer's broken. Pretty much, you can't use it. So you know, the do's and don'ts. Obviously, don't smash you know, fence posts. Obviously, anything that, yeah, I get that this looks like wood, but you know, obviously, just don't smash reinforced walls. Just don't, because that is the waste of a gadget again, and you're losing hit points. Do sledgehammer downed enemies. So enemies that are in the down but not out state, you can always just sledge them. It'll work. You know, but it's also risky. I don't think I have that much sledgehammer kills. You know, you can and also you can always just wait by a door and just sledge somebody. So yeah, the dudes obviously do you know, make as much destruction as you can, but then again, a little bit more in depth. When you're making a hole, right? So let's say you're making a hole. Alright, yeah, let's use this first. So let's say you're taking control of workshop here, right? And you want to get an angle on the stairs, right? You got that open. You can watch from here. You can watch them here, you know, and plus you don't have to go through the scrutiny of, you know, exposing yourself through the hallway. But the thing is that you always have to take control of what you made, you know, and what you did. All right. So obviously, just don't sledge it and then leave it alone, because people will use that to your advantage. You know, yes, it will scare people sometimes, but it can also scare you if you're not using it to your advantage. Because it's a new hole, and you have to make sure if anyone's watching that. So always take advantage of the holes that you made. So always take advantage of it. You can, in terms of like if you should go through it, it all depends on safety actually. So yes, most of the time you will go through the sledged walls that you made, you know, most of the times if it's clear. But if you just want to, make a really hard push, then that's your way to go. So you're just trying to get into the bathroom real quick, reach. It works, but you have to be like really careful at the same time. Always have your weapon out, obviously. You can always sledge hatches. And there's actually a thing you can do here. If you can actually sledge hatches from below. If you can. Let's see if I can get it. No, I can't. What? I used to get it. No! I used to do it before, and now I can't anymore for all of a sudden. Oh, I have to vault. Vault here. Okay, let's vault. And no. There we go. It works. You can do that. But most of the time you'll be sledging hatches from the top side. So like this, obviously. Oh, that's where the bomb is. Okay. There's really not much I can say about Sledge, actually, obviously his grades are really simple, just fragmented corners, obviously, not much to say about his, sledgehammer. Now, if you really want to go for the memes, you can go out like freaking Michael Myers or something like that, just walk around with the sledgehammer out and people will be freaked out or something like that. You can always do that, or, just sit by a corner, wait for somebody, and then bang, hit them with the hammer. Now, actually, we will go into depth with Windows, actually. So let's go through. Oops. Okay, yeah, that's another thing too. Make sure you're close enough to get actually the window, otherwise you'll end up like this, like that. So, oh yeah, I think I'll die from there. Not mine. That's lit. Okay, so when it comes to Windows, it's really risky when you're now, especially with the state of the game. Sometimes when you punch a window, yeah, that happens. So like you'll barely see what's inside it because of the debris. It's just stuck to it, and you have to take 2 more hits to it. And you're making a lot of noise. You'll still make a lot of noise too with the sledgehammer as well. But I think in general, when you're playing Sledge, it's always better to use the hammer, because that's what it's for, Surprise people, obviously. As for his role, it's more like of just a breaching person, make some rotations, make holes, entry points, all that sort of stuff. It can get through castle barricades actually, so it can get through that. The hammer can also destroy not maestro cams, I know that for sure. Oh, yes, it can. So pretty much the only counter to Sledge is that reinforced walls. That's it, And you have to make sure that you're really wise with the with the hammer. Make it a good use. For example, if the objective's in basement, garage, go above, reach from above, get a line of sight on them. And yes, you do have to go through the scrutiny of of these bars, depending on how you do it. So now, what I like to do with Sledge is make the enemy panic. For example, we're gonna do this. Just make a lot of destruction. That way, we have a lot of places to look. So, again, no breaching hammer remaining. So yeah, just make a lot of destruction as possible, but in a productive way, if you know what I mean. So yeah. And that's going to conclude for this episode of How to Master for Sledge. And that's just pretty much it.
10 seconds.
If you guys like this episode of How to Master, leave a like down below. Comment on what your thoughts on this. If you guys disagree with how I play Sledge, let me know. We'll talk about it. I don't think I did anything wrong there, actually, unless just, did a whiff with the hammer. But like I said, he is the most basic operator in the game, and you have to be really dumb to figure. Have to be really dumb, in order to figure out all that sort of stuff. If you don't know how to play him, because he's literally the basic operator. So again, guys, if you guys like this video, leave a like. If you guys didn't, thumbs down. If you guys want to see more of How to Master, tips and tricks guide dedicated to the newcomers to Siege. Subscribe to see more fresh FPS content, and I'll see you in the next one.